Would you rather spend the rest of 2026 scrolling, or would you rather do something that's even easier and 10 times more productive? I looked on Google and there's still 203 days until the start of 2027. Imagine with even 1 hour spent today, how much better you will get in your target language. How closer you would be to that fluency that you always dreamed about. And you may be asking, who am I to speak in this tone towards you? Who am I? I'm one of you. Here, I'm giving you full access to what I'm going to do to improve in Korean and Mandarin before the start of 2027. All you have to do is copy me. This method covers vocab, grammar, speaking, and writing, so you can guarantee that you will see real improvement in your target language before it's time to ring in the new year. Grammar is really the biggest thing I want to improve in my Korean before 2027, but I am also going to be taking a very well-rounded approach so I don't fall behind in other aspects that I may feel a bit better in at the minute. So I'm going to alternate between a system where I sort of relearn, memorize 10 verbs, 10 vocabs, and like alternate that with 10 adverbs and then 10 phrases. I have a whole bunch of these already on Quizlet. I don't think I'm going to I'm not going to actively seek out new phrases, verbs, that stuff, because I feel like I've already probably done enough of that for my level. And like I said, I really want to focus on grammar and work on my foundation there because I feel that's a bit weaker than my vocab knowledge at the minute. But I'm still going to be further learning what I have already down because I think I can know more of what I've already taken down. I have some things memorized, but I think I could probably do a bit more. And I think I probably did a bit much of that at the beginning. So I'm going to do that a bit differently in my Mandarin learning, which I'll tell you about later on in the video. So I said I'd do like 10 verbs and 10 vocab, and then like the next day I do like 10 adverbs, 10 phrases. I might end up switching that. Like I might do 10 adverbs and 10 verbs a day, for example. But for now, I'm going to try stick to a fairly consistent system because I feel like I'm going to get lost. I'll probably just do too many verbs and forget to do some adverbs or something like that. For speaking, I'm going to be doing shadowing pronunciation. There's plenty of great shadowing pronunciation videos on the internet, particularly for Korean as well. So I'm going to do some of those. There's a creator I really like. Her name is Korean with Miss Vicky, and she has specific shadowing pronunciation videos. So I'm going to follow along with those. And I'm also going to just shadow from content I already watch. Like sometimes you don't need to look for extra work for yourself when it's already right in front of you. So now I get to watch Going 17 and say it's part of my Korean study. Yay! And finally, I'm also going to do some writing practice. I haven't really been doing that much writing practice because I feel like my writing of Hangul is pretty good. But I think like there's always room for improvement. And my handwriting is not the best. So even not just for writing Hangul, maybe this might just be an improvement of my handwriting in general. Anyone who knows me can confidently say that my handwriting is terrible. So I'm going to do these from different sources, like YouTube, and I'm going to get some phrases that I liked on Tila as well. And I feel like this is just another way to further solidify my Korean learning. You could say it's kind of technically active recall, which is kind of agreed to be one of the most effective study methods for learning any language or anything really. I used it a lot when I was just doing school as well. As well as that, I'm going to try do like one online lesson. I'm going to try do one online lesson every month, maybe. I mean, this is the only part of the system. Part. I sound so Irish when I say that. Part. It's the same when I say car as well. Anyway, it's not the point of the video. It's the only aspect of my system so far that really costs money. Because, like, I'm a believer of not, like, paying €4 or €5 for a language lesson. I think that's a bit cheap. I think, like, my minimum would probably be about 15-ish. I don't know. I don't really know what like the acceptable rate is, but I don't want to pay someone 4 or 5 like euro dollars. It'd be like 401, I think. Around. I'm not the best at different currency conversions, but There's YouTube videos on that. But I think learning with like an actual instructor really does help reinforce the content because you're going through it with someone. That's why you've teachers at school. Like, they don't just give you textbooks and go, here you go, study for the leaving cert, study for your GEDs, study for your A levels, etc., etc. So the next and final portion of this video is Mandarin. So if you don't know, my Mandarin is like a pre-HSK1 level. I've only really just started learning. I'm like a raw beginner. I've learned like some phrases, couple of verbs, and like vocab. Like, I'm pretty much at the level where like I could say "what you fan," like I eat rice. What you fan? Is that the right? I think that's the right tones. What you fan? If anyone speaks Mandarin in the comments, feel free to correct me. That's what my channel is here for for you guys to nicely bully me and call it self improvement. So for Mandarin, I'm just going to continue. I know I kind of said this, like I don't want to be learning too much, but I'm going to continue learning basics like verbs, vocab, beginner grammar, structures, and things like that. I'm going to try not make the same mistake in Korean where like I get too excited, where I start like deep diving into different topics that are probably not too relevant for my level, and then kind of like feel overwhelmed with like how much then I have to learn. I'm probably going to go to YouTube. I mean, yeah, there's Instagram and TikTok as well. I'll go to them too. And I'm going to probably find an app. I mean, I know people are saying like maybe apps aren't the best source, but I think particularly for the beginning, you should be okay with an app. Of course, it depends, not all apps are even suitable for that, but I'm going to look around for an app. And if you guys have any recommendations, please drop them in the comments. Something else that I'm definitely going to be doing, and what I probably even should have, something else I'm definitely going to be doing is going to be shadowing pronunciation, the same as Korean. I'm not as familiar with Chinese content yet as I am with Korean, but I'm going to watch, I know they have a version of Running Man in China. I'm going to watch, I've seen a couple of Chinese dramas. I'm going to keep doing that. So I'm just going to keep shadowing pronunciation, and also, like I mentioned with Korean, I'm going to look at Mandarin resources on the internet and look at some shadowing practice for there. In terms of a lesson, where I live, it's a lot easier to find a Mandarin teacher than it would be Korean. So I don't think I'm going to do a lesson right now, because I think I could learn a good amount of the basics before I really start needing lessons. And plus, like I mentioned in my last video, I'm broke. So again, thank you all for watching this video. If you haven't checked it out already, please check out my Korean resources video, because I think it has everything you need to properly start learning Korean.